So you want to think about, okay, what is my book about? Now, it may not just fit neatly into one genre category. That's why I mentioned subplot. So if you have a book that's a romance or a mystery thriller, or maybe it's a suspense, adventure, political espionage, there are so many types of fiction. Romance, of course, is a big one. Or maybe you've written a children's book. Regardless of who your readers may be, the way you're most likely to attract them is to go beyond that first layer of the genre. And especially when we think of books on Amazon, which of course we know, even if we're present in many places, which I hope everyone is, the fact is Amazon sells the lion's share of the books. So when it comes to the categories that you select and the keywords that you use in your description and in your metadata, all of these things tied to the algorithms that help to get attention for the book and foster having it discovered by people who maybe weren't aware it exists. Sometimes what I always try to do is foster that, what I call accidental discovery. So it's people who aren't necessarily looking for you, they're not necessarily looking for your book, but if they're interested in what your book is about and they look for those things, you want to be easily found. And that's what I mean by going beyond sort of the title or the surface of a category. So if you're in romance, who's the romance? Is it young love? Is it midlife crisis romance? Is it erotica? Is it an innocent, family type of romance? Think about your characters and the situations that they go through, and then you'll be able to determine who is most likely to relate to those characters. What situations are they dealing with? So, for example, if someone's going through a midlife crisis or empty nest or divorce, those are your keywords. Those are the people you want to identify and find who would be most likely to understand your characters and relate to them. And that may be, I'm just giving a couple of random examples, but that may be any number of things. Maybe it's a thief who feels guilty and he's, sweating it out. Maybe it's a military story. Again, the options are endless, but no one knows your book the way you do. So again, always go back to, what is the book about? What's the plot? What are the subplots? What are the situations my characters find themselves in? Maybe it's an inspirational book. Maybe it's something that your characters, there's a conflict and then they overcome that conflict, or the way that they face it, maybe it's about friendship, maybe it's about family. So those are the layers. When I build an audience for my clients, if I'm looking and researching lists for them of people to go after, that's what I do. I think about the layers of the story and who are the people that are most likely to be interested in that, and we build an audience in layers that way.